record for Decorah. 14-4 in the Northeast Iowa Conference this year. They're a co-champs, a three-way tie with New Hampton and Waverly Shellrock, as that was their first NEIC title since 2010. They're 22nd in 54 years under the legendary head coach Denny Olenzak, as the Hawks were 7-5 in the east side of the WAMAC Conference, as good for fourth place behind Western Dubuque, Solon, and Beckman. Overall, the WAMAC, they were third behind Western Dubuque and Solon, as 21-7 record. On the road, they're 11-4-1, non-conference 4-3-1. For Decorah, 7-2 non-conference and 11-3 here at home. For West Delaware baseball, they've been playing some good baseball of late, Billy. They've won 8 of the last 13 with that one tie thrown in there. Decorah as well, won 4 of 6 since we last saw each other. Decorah at West Delaware on that Thursday after July 4th. 10-8 victory for the Hawks on that night at Exide Field. But here a couple weeks later, we'll see how both teams come out and play here tonight on Decorah's home field.
Yeah, and they're both going to play better tonight than they did a couple weeks ago at Exide Field. Neither one of them played anywhere near the kind of ball they're capable of. And tonight I would expect a pretty well-played, sharp contest. And you're going to have teams. They know what's on the line tonight. I mean, you know, you're up there right now. You're playing on their field, and you want to come out and put a double whammy on them. You want to beat them and then beat them on their home field. It's even better yet. So, you know, a great opportunity here for the Hawks to get themselves into a sub-state final.
As the Hawks and the Decorah Vikings here getting ready for this one, as we will take a timeout. We're back into this from KMCH Sports. Back in West Delaware baseball tonight as our district final. The Hawks taking on the Decorah Vikings here at Olenzak Field, joined by the fine head coach of the Hawks, Nate Lahr. After that Saturday afternoon contest, getting the win over Vinton Shellsburg, here we are. Beautiful day, night for baseball against Decorah team, you know, very well. Got to see him on Saturday, played him on July 5th with a 10-8 win. As here we go tonight. Come out and you play baseball and you try to move on. You do the little things right. It's postseason time. All the cliches that we always talk about, but really it's play your game and overcome adversity and try to move on.
Yeah, no doubt. There's plenty of cliches that we can go through and ramble around, but we're just excited to play. You know, it's another opportunity. We got that opportunity by winning on Saturday. So we're pumped up, ready to go for this game. Hopefully we can come out, put a couple runs up right away as we're the visitor team and play good defense behind Dunson and get going.
As I talked about, when you do face adversity, overcome it, stay calm, keep the emotions in check. We saw that on Saturday afternoon. A couple calls went your way. Some weird things that we haven't seen, I've never seen in my career. I don't think you have either. But you move on and you get through it and you try to stay positive and bear through it.
Yeah, you know, you can't get hung up too much on what's going on at that particular moment. As long as we can just compete pitch to pitch, I think we'll be just fine and not get too high, too low, like we've talked a lot about this year. So, like I said before, we're excited with our guys. We're ready to go, and hopefully we can put on a show.
Ready to go, and we are almost ready here. Dunson Werner will climb into the batter's box first, facing the pitcher, Hogan. Brandon Hogan, a senior, 7-2 record, his 12th start 56 in the third innings pitched. 49 hits against him, 26 runs against, 18 earned runs, a 2.24 ERA, 11 walks, hit batters, 54 Ks, and 199 the batting average. And we are underway early here, 5 minutes early at 6:55 on this Monday night. John and Bill, glad to have you along as they strike at the knees on the inside corner. Starts off the at-bat to Dunston Werner, as Dunston, one of the seniors on this team for the Hawks, takes strike two there, as Werner, one of 8 seniors on the roster for Coach Nate Lahr, the fifth-year head coach. 134 wins, 51 losses, and 1 tie. Werner will climb back in with an 0-2 count. Dunston hitting .295. A ball goes to the fence that time for ball one. 1-2 the count to Werner. 24 runs scored. He's got 31 hits on the year. He's knocked in 24. He's walked 30 times. That leads the team in that category. As 1-2 here to Werner. Hogan's pitch is strike 3. At the knees, outer half. Werner couldn't pull the trigger and goes down looking for the first strikeout of the game. Brings up Ben Ridenauer now.
Yeah, Dustin wasn't real sure about it, but that was a good on the lower outer portion of the plate. Close enough. 2 strikes. You got to try to at least get a part of it and get another pitch. But good start from Hogan to come out there and throw 3 out of 4 strikes right off the bat. And Dustin got to look at him, but he didn't get a swing the whole time. So now the Hawks, Ben Ridenauer, are going to step in there and see what he can do.
There's a ball that misses. 1-0 the count to Ridenauer. As Benny the junior, 30 runs scored, 31 hits. He's knocked in 11, 19 walks, 287 hitter. The 1-0 from Hogan is a strike of the outer half thigh high. As we're even at 1 ball and 1 strike. As Brennan Hogan, the 2.24 ERA, and a tough start the other day against Independence. They came back and won, but down 5-0 after 2 innings. And they scored 6 runs in that bottom of the third inning. Did the Vikings to beat Independence 15-5 in 5 innings. Off speed pitch, inside corner, catches it for strike 2. We're even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, 8 pitches in so far here, and the Hawks haven't swung at a pitch yet. There's something we said about patience and looking at strikes, but taking another pitch, that one is too far low and away. Again, a good 2-2 pitch there by Hogan. So now Werner, Ridenauer, stepping in there and now see if he can get himself on base.
Pops this one up out of play, and he hangs around 3-2 the count. As Benny Ridenauer was 0 for 4 on Saturday, and then 8-5 win for the Hawks over Vinton Schellsburg, giving them their 25th win of the season. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Top of the first inning. As this ball is skied, going to go behind us here. It's right behind us. They clipped that tree and went behind the bleachers. Right behind us here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here to Ben Ridenauer, the second hitter in this inning for the Hawks.
And what a big momentum boost it would be for the Hawks to get some base runners. And
swings high at a pitch. Rudder high there, chases the high fastball and goes down swinging for out number 2. Jared Harris, the senior shortstop, will stand in now. Hogan leads the team in strikeouts for the pitching staff of Decorah, 54 and 56 in the third innings pitch. As a team, 200 strikeouts for the pitching staff, as the Hawks are at 189 for their pitching staff. A ball there missing. 1-0 the count to Jared Harris, the senior on his way to Waverly to play baseball for the Wartburg Knights. 33 runs scored, 47 hits. Those 2 lead the category, as do 33 runs driven in. Here's a hard ground ball down the line. Third baseman Knights, nice play. A low throw, nice scoop by the first baseman Bruning from Rusum, the third baseman. And it's a 5-3 ground out for out number 3. A quick 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of inning number 1. This is Hawks postseason baseball from KMCH Sports. Control rolling, what you can control here. And Decorah's been hitting the ball well lately. They so start offensively on Saturday, but boy, they came out and scored 6 runs in the third, and then 15 for the ball game. So trying to limit their runs, especially early on, to set a good.
Yeah, we're going to need to take some things away defensively, no doubt about it. They swing the bats really well. They have been the last couple weeks of the season for sure. Everyone I talk to says, yeah, they swung it better this year than they have in the past. So we've got to do our job, and our guys have the capabilities. We've got 3 great outfielders that can take some things away, and if our middle infielders can play like they're capable of, I think we've got a real shot.
All right, best of luck to you. We'll talk to you later on.
Thanks, John.
Nate Lahr, head coach of the West Delaware Hawks, as we go into the bottom of the first inning here from Decorah, the Olensack field. Denny Olensack, longtime head coach of the Decorah Vikings. You go back to 1965 to be exact, when he started here as his 54th season, 1,387 wins, 543 losses for the 78-year-old Denny Olensack. His 55th season total, 1,395 wins, 550 losses. Started back in 1964, just 1 season at Janesville, as he went 8-7 that year as Denny Olensack, a Tripola graduate, as his team last year was 22-9. Last losing season was 2015. They were 15-18. The series against West Delaware go back to 2009. Last 10 meetings were tied at 5. As Hawks have the lead here at Olensack Field. They've won 3, Decorah 2. Here's a little popper right side. Going to go foul ball off the bat of the leadoff man, Jackson Varney. Dunstan Warner on the mound. Hawks here as we take a look at the numbers on him, as Dunstan Warner with 8 starts now, 3-3 record, 43 2/3 innings pitched, 54 hits against him, 44 runs against, 30 earned runs, a 4.81 ERA. He's walked 22, hit 4, struck out 23. Ball in the dirt there for a ball, and opponent's batting average is .293 against him. 3-3 record for Warner. That's 4.81. The 1-1 to Varney. He's fouled up and out in Varney. 34 runs, as he has 36 hits on the year. He's been on base 19 straight games. He was 2 for 4 on that win over Independence on Saturday. He's 0 for 3 with walks, but scored 2 runs in that game against West Delaware on July 5th. 1-2 the count now here to Varney, the leadoff man for the Vikings, against Dunstan Warner. We set the Hawks defense here after this pitch, as there's a fly ball deep right field. Going back is Woolard. On the run is Trevor Riley out of nowhere, the center fielder, almost in right field. Boy, he was on a mad dash just before the warning track. He snared out. I didn't see him coming. What a catch with the senior Trevor O'Reilly.
You know, I got a feeling maybe he knew something, because he was shaded over a little bit. I just looked the pitch before that, and when he hit that to right field, I go, oh, that might be in the gap, because I was watching Logan, and I knew he was running out of nowhere. Here comes Trevor O'Reilly, just kind of made it look routine. So, you know, a great defensive play right here, the first play of the game for the Hawks.
What a start indeed by the Hawks there. The senior O'Reilly robbing Varney of a hit. Drake Shelton now, the number 2 man, stands in, and a strike after a ball. 1-1 the count. Here to Drake Shelton, one of the leading hitters on this team. 40 runs, 40 hits, leads both of those categories. 30 runs driven in, leads that one as well, and is the leading average hitter with 440 average. 17 walks as well. As Drake Shelton, he's been on base in every game this season. So all 28 games he's been on base. As this one is swatted up in the air, right side. Woolard is there, camped under it, and he will haul it in for the out. And the fly out to the right fielder for out number 2 brings up Brandon Hogan now. As Hogan, the pitcher of record, 2 hits in 3 of his last 4 games. He was 2 for 3, 2 RBIs, and a walk against Independence on Saturday. Against the Hawks on July 5th, he was 2 for 4 with a double and 3 RBI. As he stands in here, a .435 hitter, 40 hits, tied in the team lead with Shelton there, 19 runs, and he's driven in 28 runs. He's second on the team in that category. There's a ball there, 1-0 to count with 2 down. And this ball is swatted up right side to drift out of play. And the count is even now at 1-1.
And Dunston Winter doing a really nice job here so far early in this first inning, 2 up and 2 down, and being able to spot his pitches and getting them to hit pitches where he wants them to.
Ball in the dirt. It's away from the catcher, Colton Reed. Bounds out in fair territory after the ball for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Umpires here tonight, Scott Hoppel of Osage and Nick Willenborg of originally, I should say, Dyersville, a Beckman graduate, former Beckman player for the late Tom Jink Jr., and currently lives in Waverly, does Mr. Willenborg. Ball 3 there, 3-1 the count. 2 down here in the bottom of inning number 1. No score in this one. In this Class 3A District 6 final. The winner goes to Sub-State in Waverly on Wednesday night. Taking on Waverly, Shell Rock, or Charles City. Once we'll get updates from that one tonight. Winner goes in foul territory right in front of us, right in front of the Hawks dugout. Makes the catch on the run. The foul pop out to the pitcher for round number 3, and we go to the second scoreless. Hawks baseball from KMC Sports. Along with in-studio producer Ashley Vick, John Swisher, Bill Logan, back with you. West Delaware District Final baseball on the airwaves. So Hawks competing in another district final. As Vic Casey leads things off here in the top of the second inning. The 6th district final in a row. Their 6th first-round win. They haven't lost a first-round game since July 13th of 2012. As a strike to the inner half-thigh high, and we're even now 1-1 to see. The junior, 29 runs, 37 hits. Got 10 doubles on the season, 31 runs driven in. Second on the team in that category. He's walked 25, that's second most. And he lifts this one up in the air behind second base, shortstop. Second baseman will call him off. That's Chase Johnson, the second baseman, gets to it and puts it away. The pop out for round number 1. Brings up designated hitter now, the senior, Hunter Zeezer. As Zeezer, 25 hits, 20 runs driven in. He scored 17 times, 18 walks, a .260 hitter is Zeezer, the left-hander, wearing the 34 on the back of his jersey. Hawks in their orange tops and white bottoms here on the road. The white pants with the black trim, the orange jerseys with the white trim, the black numbers, black helmets. 0-1 the count with 1 down. Traditional blue and red for Decorah. The white uniforms with the blue numbers, red trim. The red bills with the blue caps. 0-2 the count here to Zeezer with 1 down in the top of the second inning. No score in this one. West Delaware and Decorah. This one's up and out for a ball. 1-2 the count. We'll have updates from Farley tonight, where Western Dubuque is taking on Lindbar. The Bobcats trying to advance on to a sub-state final. When they get back to the state tournament for the first time since 2012, they would take on Cedar Rapids Prairie if they are victorious tonight in Cedar Rapids on Wednesday, 2-2 the countdown. Azizer, another ball misses up and out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled up and out of play. Azizer hanging around and battling off the pitch that was close to his own that time.
Yeah, he did a nice job of battling it. And Hogan looks pretty calm and relaxed out there. Saturday pitching that first game. He's a senior. Maybe he's a little hyped up, a little juiced up. Gave up 5 runs to Independence in that first inning. Didn't make it through the second, but looks like he's got good control here tonight.
Ball is sprayed down the line, left side, foul ball.
And had the fans spreading around down there. There's a bunch of them sitting down there in lawn chairs, and there's about 3 or 4 of them that had to bail out of there. And one of them picks it up and tosses it back in. They had to get out of the way, but Hunter Azizer doing a nice job hanging in there. 2-2 count. Here's the Hawks looking for the first base runner of the game.
With 1 out at the top of inning number 2. Time called by Azizer here. Like how long the pitcher Hogan was taking.
Change up his routine, get him out of his groove that he's in so far.
There's a ball, missing ball 3. Hogan just went 1 1/3 innings pitched through 32 pitches on Saturday. Gave up 4 hits and 5 runs. Independence 4 earned runs, walked 1, struck out 1, and an ERA of 21. And this one is sprayed left field, but the left fielder is going to get to it, and we'll put it away for the out. Second out of the inning. The F7 fly out to the left fielder for out number 2. Brings up Cole Engel now. The 6th batter, the left fielder for the Hawks, one of the seniors, as Engel. 26 runs scored, 33 hits. He's hit 4 doubles. He's driven in 15 runs, 9 walks on the year, 3 sacrifices. The leading stolen base artist on the team as well, hitting .282. Engel with 2 outs here. Pitch off speed, stays outside of the zone there for ball 1. 1-0 the count.
Yeah, this is more the kind of game I expected to see, not like what we saw a couple weeks ago when the 2 teams played each other. Both teams just a lot of errors, a lot of bad plays, a lot of bad decisions. And kind of had a feeling both of them would come out and play much better tonight here and through the first almost inning and a half. Both teams playing some pretty solid ball right now.
1-1 the count after that foul ball by Engel. He'll stand back in. Taking some time is Hogan out there on the mound. This one is chopped left side. Third baseman coming on. Luzum has it. High throw. That's an error. First error of the game as Engel will get by the first baseman and go to second. As Engel's on with the throwing error. The E5. The second base Engel with 2 down. Jared Foss standing in. Jared playing second base tonight. His first starts besides pitching here in his varsity career, getting the start at second base here tonight.
Yeah, there's hopefully the Hawks take advantage of a 2 out of 2 base error. As had to come in and charge it and did a nice job of coming in and getting it on the first hop, but then on the run, Error made the throw down. Engel ends up at second, so see if the Hawks can come out with a 2-out base hit here to knock in the first run of the game. Now the catcher's going to call time. He's going to go out and have a chat with his pitcher.
Jared Voss, Citran. For Azizer, the 5th batter in Saturday's game in that 8-5 win over Vinton Shellsburg. 2 down here. Runner on second is Engel. Voss into the batter's box and fouls this one hard back to the screen behind home plate. Jared Voss, the freshman, 2 runs, 5 hits. He's driven in 3. He's a .333 hitter on the season with 1 sacrifice to his credit. On base percentage of .313, 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball that stays low, drops in the dirt before the catcher. He scooped it out of there for ball 1. 1-1 to Jared Voss, the 7th batter for the Hawks. The 4th batter this inning. And a pop out, a fly out. And then Cole Engel reached on an error. The 1-1 from Hogan on the way, and it's fouled back. Came at him inside there, belt high, and Voss fights off the pitch for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jared Voss. Colton Reed awaits on deck with his shin guards on with 2 outs as the catcher. Engel the lead out at second. Hogan Slight look. Now the 1-2 delivery is outside. The runner goes, and he's going to get in there safely. The throw is to the dugout side of third base. And getting in there is Cole Engel. As Cole Engel, with his 28th stolen base of the season, he's 28 of 30 in that category for the future co-participant in track and field, Cole Engel. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Voss waiting the 2-2. It's on the way, and he chops it up the middle. The shortstop gets there, up and over, and gets his man. Shelton to Bruning for the 6-3 ground out for out number 3. Hawks strand a runner on third. No score. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. Back after this from KMCH Sports. John Bill back with you. Bottom of the second inning. Ian Smith, the catcher, stands in to face Dunstan Warder, the man on the mound for the Hawks. Smith, a senior, 10 runs, 33 hits, 22 runs driven in, a 14 hitter on the team. He's third best in average, fourth best in average, I should say. As number 8, West Delaware. Number 10, Decorah here tonight, Class 3A District 6 final. Well, there's a strike taken after a ball, and the count is even up there at 1-1. There's a swing and a miss.
Nice job by Warner keeping that ball low. He's had a couple pitches so far that he's had up, but both of these pitches, strikes to Smith, have been right at the knees.
Swing and a miss. Ball is foul tip. Caught by Reed, and the swinging strikeout. 4 retired in a row now by Dunstan Warner. 1 down here. Hokelsvik stands in. Dawson Hokelsvik, the center fielder. Hokelsvik, the senior here, 21 runs, 29 hits. Fouls this one up and out of play. Hokelsvik, a 367 hitter on the season, as he was 3 for 4 against Independence, 2 doubles and an RBI on Saturday. That first game against the Hawks, 2 for 4 with an RBI back on July 5th. And this is a little popper, right side. Second baseman Voss going out, and he hesitated a little bit, not sure where his right fielder was. And that ball falls down in shallow right field. Coach Law and company yelling from the dugout, telling them to help him out there a little bit. And as Voss, that little hesitation, he might have been able to get to that ball, but it drops down for the first hit of the game here. Hokelsvik gets it, and it brings up Caleb McCabe, one of the hottest batters in his lineup for Decorah, the DH, hitting number 6 down.
Yeah, that's the first varsity start for Voss at second base. And you can kind of tell a little bit. It looks, not like he's real familiar with the outfielder out there. I don't think either one of them said anything, but it's just that little hesitation. Had he not done that, he might have been able to get to that. So, inexperience factor right there for the Hawks.
Strike 1 there, 0-1. He chops this one left side. Casey fields it, fires it to second. To return to first, safe at first. Not in time, says the base umpire, Nick Willenborg. Has almost got the double play to get out of it. but McCabe reaches on the fielder's choice to the third baseman as forced out there. The 6-4 force out for out number 2. McCabe is on. Chase Johnson standing in. Johnson, the second baseman, the number 7 batter. And there, the throw gets by Ridenauer on the pickoff attempt. McCabe will get up. He'll turn second. He'll get going to third, and he will slide in there safely ahead of the throw. That is the errant throw by Werner. First error of the game of the Hawks. And McCabe finds his way to third base. There are 2 down. Johnson will stand in.
Yeah, so the Hawks returned the favor that they did in the top half of this inning. Air got a runner, and it got as far as third with 2 down. And sat there, and now they got him on third. Now Hawks just got to concentrate on getting the batter. Don't worry about the runner.
Here's a ground ball left side. Should get out of it here. Harris up and over. Got his man. But stretched by Ridenauer as they throw tail on him towards the right field side, but able to keep his right foot on the bag. And a 6-3 ground out gets the Hawks out of it. Now a runner stranded in the second for Decorah. If we go to the third, no score. West Delaware baseball from KMCH Sports. John Swisher, Bill Logan back with you. You're in the top of the third inning now. Colton Reed will stand in, 8-9-1. Reed, O'Reilly, and Werner as a ball hit right side towards the line. The pitcher Hogan coming on. Running halfway. Looked like he could have reached out and tagged Reed, but able to flip toss it to first base for the 1-3 put out for out number 1. Trevor O'Reilly stands in.
Yeah, he squared around to try to bunt that, and got it down, but it hit out front of the plate and up in the air. Just a huge one-hopper, easy play by Hogan. And he probably could have reached out and tagged him, but sometimes you drop that when that happens. So smart play by Hogan, just toss it.
Ball is fouled up and out of play. Behind us here on the first base side, just to the left of the Hawks first base dugout, Trevor O'Reilly, the senior, who's had 23 hits on the year, driven in 16 runs, and as a 288 hitter standing in, the number 9 batter for his first time tonight, the 0-1. As he goes and gets this one, skies it to right field. Going back to right fielder, he's shy of the warning track. He'll haul it in. That's Kanoki with the catch and the flyout for out number 2. The Hawks still looking for the first hit of the game. Engel reached on an error last inning, was stranded on third base. Brings up the top of the order here. Dunstan Werner, who struck out looking his first time up. Werner, the 295 hitter, climbs into the batter's box. He's on his way to Indianola in the fall, playing for Simpson College. Ball in the dirt inside. Breaking ball that broke down and to the right of the plate for ball 1. 1-0 the count here to Werner. As a 1-0 is a strike. Outer half at the knees for strike 1. Read it out 1-1.
Yeah, that was another breaking ball. The first one was breaking ball, and that dropped right down easy out of the strike zone. With that one, he put it up higher and broke it right down in. Ground ball was shortstop.
Shelton has it up and over, and it gets stretched by the first baseman Burning. Another 1-2-3 inning here. Second one of those against the Hawks offense as we go to the bottom of inning number 3. No score from Decorah. Hawks baseball. KMCH Sports. John Swisher, Bill Logan back with you. Bottom of inning number 3 is here. We're scoreless in Decorah. Lusum, Kanoke, and Varney. 8-9-1 slated here for the Vikings against Dunston Warner. A ball there misses his own. 1-0 the count. Here to Cale Lusum as he smacks this ball into left field. Diving effort by Cole Engel, able to make the catch. The left-hander Engel, the diving effort. And holding that ball up, keeping it off the grass. And the fine play by the left fielder keeps Lusum off the bases now, brings up Thomas Kanoke.
Yeah, that was a great dive there. Off a left-handed bat, going to slice away from him. He ran into it, and then as it was slicing, it was diving and did a nice dive and caught it right above the grass, and a good call by the home plate umpire.
Ball fouled left side, up and out of play. Good crowd on hand here tonight for this one with West Delaware and Decorah. Score update from Waverly. Waverly Shellrock leading after 1 inning of play, 4-0 over Charles City. The winner of that one meets the winner of this one Wednesday night at Waverly Shellrock High School baseball field for the Sub-State Championship. Sub-State number 3 will be decided 7 o'clock on Wednesday night in Waverly. We'll have all the coverage for you if it's the West Delaware Hawks, of course, right here. There's a strike taken, 1-2 to count. Here to the number 9 batter, Thomas Kanoke. On base 7 of his last 8 times, bouncing ball left side out of play. Kanoke against Independence 0 for 2 with a walk. He was the same against the Hawks on July 5th. He came in and got the win on Saturday. Pitched 3 2/3, gave up 5 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts against the Mustangs, ending their season Saturday afternoon after they fell behind 5-0, winning 15-5 in 5 innings before the Hawks took down Vinton Shellsburg Saturday after Mother Nature played havoc in the Friday night schedule. There's a ground ball up the middle, dived by Harris, but couldn't get to it in time behind the bag for a good field of that ball as it hit off his glove as he was diving, momentum taking him left to right. And the infield hit there, the second hit of the game for the Vikings offense. Gives a runner on first base, 1 down. Jackson Varney, the top of the order, stands in.
Yeah, that's that number 9 batter, and I always like to call that double leadoff.
You do?
I do.
Oh, I've never heard that.
I've never heard that all year, have you?
All year? Or try 10 years.
Yeah, try 10. But it's just such a weapon when you can get that number 9 batter on and get top of the order coming up. 1 out. Decorah has a lot of options here. See what Kanoke, what you got for? He's just 1 stolen base on here. It isn't something they do a lot of, but Varney's got only 1 sacrifice bunt on the year, so I'm not sure. He swung at the first pitch, didn't try to bunt.
Ball taken there, 1-1. Kanoke, 352 on base percentage there. Just a 183 hitter, but he can get on base. He's taken 18 walks, second most on the team at 9 hole. The 1-1 is chopped up the middle. Harris takes the force out and throws on a Giffords man. The 6-3 double play. Harris to right now after stepping on second base. And we go to the fourth with no score. This is Hawks baseball from KMCH Sports. After 3 innings, zeros on the scoreboard as far as the runs are concerned, as the Hawks and the Vikings here. Top of the fourth inning now, 2-3-4. Right now are Harris and Casey slated. And there's a ball inside off the plate to Ben Ridenauer, struck out swinging his first time up. Ridenauer, one of the 3 juniors on the team, 8 seniors, 3 juniors, 3 sophomores, 3 freshmen, and 2 8th graders. 19 on the roster for head coach Nate Lahr, 29-year-old in his 5th season. Coach Lahr assisted by Kevin Werner. Max Ridenauer in the dugout tonight as well, a lower level freshman coach. The older brother of Ben Ridenauer, 2016 graduate. Here's a hard blast off the bat of Ridenauer. Hits the arms, glove area of Hogan. It bounds out in front of the mound. He had no idea where that one went. Ridenauer will reach the first hit of the game. The no-no is off the board here as Ridenauer reaches. Jared Harris will stand in. Nobody out here in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, that's a great way to start and get that leadoff runner on base here. They've only had 1 base runner, and it was a 2-out error that got them on base. So, yeah, one of your better hitters, Jared Harris, coming up now.
And this one is
shot down the foul line.
Hit left side foul ball.
That was a nice line shot. It was over the infielder's head. Wouldn't have got to the outfielders had that stayed fair. So right on that, just a little bit out in front of Hogan's pitch there.
Update from Farley Park, Western Dubuque, and Linmar tied at 0 after 3 innings in that one as well. As this one is scolded right side. That'll get down in front of the outfielder, Holkovic. And the Hawks are in business here. Runners on, first and second. Their first 2 hits of the ball game here come in the top of the 4th inning. Nick Casey will stand in. Out time is called here as Smith will go out and have a word with his pitcher, Hogan, the seniors meeting out there as Decorah. 8 seniors on the roster, just like the Hawks have. Meeting is adjourned, and here we go. Runners on, first and second. Nobody down, top of the 4th. Casey, who popped out to the second baseman Johnson his last time up.
And be interesting to see, you know, both teams probably, coaches are pretty fundamentally sound. That runners at first and second, nobody out. My job as a batter is to get him advanced.
Running right back towards the pitcher, going to go for the force out at third, got his man. And right now, it got out on the force. Hogan, no hesitation, knew where he was going with it. The 1-5 on the force out for out number 1 to cut that lead runner down. Harris gets the second on the fielder's choice to the pitcher. Casey is on first. So runners on first and second, 1 away. Hunter Zeezer flew out to left fielder Varney his first time. Stands in now with 1 out, 2 on here. The top of the 4th inning, we are scoreless.
Yeah, unfortunate break there. A great effort there by Hogan, the pitcher, to spin around.
Runners going, showing fun. It's in the dirt, gets by the catcher, Smith, as the runners advancing. As the wild pitch. Catcher is worried about those runners going, and Zizer showing bunt. And the ball was downstairs, just a triple disaster for the catcher that time.
Yeah, it was, and they were going there trying to make up for it. And just sat there and did a nice job. And I think the catcher probably took a little bit off, trying to figure out, they call it a strike on the board. But they had it.
That was left over from the other one.
They just changed it.
There is a ball up and out of play left side. And now we're even 1 ball and 1 strike. Runners on second and third. Here with 1 away in this top of the 4th inning. The Hawks with their best chance so far. They had a runner on third in the second. Coengle was stranded after getting on with an error. Here's a little looper left side. That's going to score at least 1. The left fielder, Varney, will get it in. Harris scores, and the Hawks are on the board. 1-0. Runners on first and third. The big hit by the senior, Hunter Zizer, coming through that time.
Yeah, and it's not how hard you hit him. It's where you hit him. And he did a nice job of fighting off a pretty good pitch there by Hogan. And just do what you can with the pitch. It just, fisted it out there in left field, easily a base hit. Third hit this inning for the Hawks. Nice to see him bunch some up this second time through the lineup.
Hunter Zizer scored a run, had an RBI hit to left field, and then 1-run 5th inning on Saturday as well. As Hunter Zizer, big hit there, his 26th of the season, his 21st run batted in as he's on first base. Runners on first and third, 1 down. Cole Engel, the 5th batter of this inning, standing in, swings and misses at a pitch by high outer half. Engel will come back after reaching on an error his last time. He stranded on third in the 2nd inning. Hawks have scored 1. We've had 2 hits, a fielder's choice, and then a hit again. So 3 hits total on the fielder's choice in this top of the 4th. There's a pitch missing outside for a ball. And we're even now 1-1. Jared Boss, the freshman, waits on deck for the Hawks. The 1-1 is fouled up and out of play on the grandstand overhang here right behind home plate.
Decorah infield playing back in the middle infield, looking for double play opportunity there, but with the speed angle, if he'd hit a routine ground ball, I'm not sure that the Decorah infield could turn that double play with Engel running.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Hogan on the way. It's upstairs, and Engel could not lay off. It was chin high, and he went chasing and tried to hold up his swing, but went around way too far for the swinging strikeout. That is the 3rd down taken by Hogan. 2 swinging, 1 looking. 2 out here in the top of the 4th. The Hawks have scored 1. They have runners out there at first and third. Jared Voss stands in. He grounded out to the shortstop, Shelton. His first and last time up in the 2nd inning. Stands in here with a big 2-out situation for his team. A pitch up and out there for a ball. 1-0 the count.
He came up his first time with a runner at third and 2 outs and hit a ball up the middle. The shortstop, Shelton, went over and got it and threw him out at first.
There's a strike in the inside corner above the knees. Strike 1, we're even now. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Hawks have won 12 district titles. Their last one was 2015. Looking for number 13 here tonight. Trying to get back to the state tournament for the 8th time ever. And their first since 2008. There's a ball fouled on the fence right side. Strike 2. 1-2 the count for Decorah. They've had 11 state trips. Their first was back in 1970. Last was in 2012. They were runner-up that year. Also runner-up in 92. They've won 3 state titles. Coach Olbenzak and company, 11-8 record state. They've won in 1970, 1990, and 1991. Hawks just that 1 state title in 2007. Stepping off. Now the runner halfway. Zizer trying to get in the rundown. The runner going to come in, trying to score here. This is Casey, caught up in the rundown, trying to get back to third, and he does. Safe at third. The Hawks get what they wanted. Casey gets back to third. Zizer standing on second. So trying to play with that defense and see what they can force them to do and try to steal a run there. It didn't happen, but the runner got the second. Everybody's safe with 2 down. Voss stands back in with a 1-2 count.
Yeah, the only thing they did fundamentally right on that is they chased him back to third, but they didn't get a backup as Casey went around the third baseman with the ball, shortstop wasn't over in position to be able to get it, and Casey got back in early, so he got Zezer over to second.
Yeah, he was, but late as the throw came. He got back in there, but a swing and a miss by Voss here, and he goes down swinging for out number 3, and it goes to the bottom of the 4th. The Hawks do get one run. They take the lead first here. Getting on the scoreboard, 1-0. This is Hawks baseball from KMC Sports. Back in here to the bottom of the 4th inning. Drake Shelton leads things off. 2, 3, 4. Shelton, Hogan, and Smith. John and Bill back with you here from Decorah. This game 47 minutes old. Bottom of the 4th inning. 1-0 Hawks have the lead in this game as they scored 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. In the top half of this 4th inning, 2-0 the count to Drake Shelton from Dunstan Werner. As there is a strike. Outer half, thigh high. 2-1 the count. Defensively, the Hawks have Engel, O'Reilly, and Woolert left to right. Casey, Harris, Voss, and right now around the infield. Reed, the senior catcher. Dunstan Werner starting his 4th inning of work, and a strike taken there for strike 2. 2-2 the count. Here to Drake Shelton, who flew out to Woolert and right. His last and first time up in that 1st inning. Hawks leading this game 1-0. This one is hit up left side. Engel going out there in the shade in left field before the warning track and hauling it in. As we are facing right into the sun, it's kind of hard to see that ball goes right off the bat. They're able to haul it in out there in left field. Engel, the F7 for out number 1.
Yeah, I did a nice job there. Pitches fell behind 2-0. Sit there and say, this is not the place to get a leadoff walk. Then he came back and threw 3 quality pitches. That second strike, he kind of shook his head like, that was a pretty good pitch. And then he got him on a nice pitch, so all I could do is pop it up.
This one is popped up right side in foul territory. Right now we're calling off Werner and making the catch in foul ground off the bat of Brandon Hogan. Good talk there by Ridenauer calling off his pitcher at that time. It's a much easier play for Ridenauer coming in from his first base position than Werner going over side to side, and the pop out for out number 2 now.
Yeah, that was great communication. The one earlier, neither one of us heard any communication, and Dunstan Werner, the senior leadership that he is, he just went and got it. This time, nice job by Benny. Right now, our first base come in and call it and make the easy play.
2 down, off speed pitch. This one's fouled up and out of play, right side. Off the bat of Ian Smith, the catcher. He struck out swinging his first time up in inning number 2. Hawks lead this game 1-0 here in the last of the 4th inning. Last check from Waverly, it was the Go Hawks leading the Comets of Charles City 4-0. No score from Farley yet after 3 innings of play. Western Dubuque and Linbar in the Class 4A sub-state game there. The winner goes to play Cedar Rapids Prairie. There's a ground ball right side. Right now, it gets it behind the ball and will step on the bag himself. The first base unassisted ground out for out number 3. Takes us to the 5th inning. Hawks lead 1-0. Back after this from KMCH Sports. Johnny Bell back with you. Here we're in the top of the fifth inning, 1-0. Hawks have the lead. A scoreboard check. Waverly Shell Rock leading now 4-1 after 2 in Waverly. Where that one takes on the winner. This one wins tonight. Sub-state number 3 final. As this is a ground ball, left side off the bat of Colton Reed. Diving effort by the third baseman, Cale Luzin. He gets by him, and Reed has the hit, the fourth hit in the ballgame, fourth in the last 2 innings. As the Hawks didn't have a hit in the first 3 innings of this game. That's coming alive here. They're getting to Mr. Hogan as Trevor O'Reilly will stand in now.
Yeah, and that's that second time, too. A lot of coaches talk about that, how you got to make adjustments. That first time, he did a good job of controlling them. Got a couple strikeouts and then some ground outs. And, now the second time, too, here, the Hawks done a nice job of adjusting and putting the ball in play.
Also on the scoreboard, Western Dubuque leading Linn-Mar at the bottom of the 4th inning, 2-0 at Farley Park tonight. As Western Dubuque would advance on to Wednesday night at Cedar Rapids Prairie. They can win that one tonight. They won 2-0 over Bettendorf for Friday night. There is the runner going, going to be tagged out on the left shoulder. Reed trying to get into second. A good throw by the catcher and the shortstop with the tag. The 2-6 caught stealing there for out. Number 1 brings still in there is Trevor O'Reilly with 1 strike on him, 0-1 the count. So with 1 down, so being aggressive, trying to get that right to second base. Give credit to Ian Smith, a nice throw there. This one skied right side. This is going to maybe get out of play. The first baseman going over, and he will make the catch. The first baseman, Michael Bruning, all the way over almost to the fence line and able to haul it in. The pop out in foul territory for out number 2 brings up Dunstan Warner now.
Yeah, and Reed on that stolen base attempt, I was watching him as he took off. Didn't have a really, really big lead, but his first couple steps did a little stumbling and whatnot. Probably didn't help him trying to get there in time.
2 down here in the top of the 5th inning. Hawks lead 1-0. Ball in the dirt there for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Who's 0 for 2. He struck out looking back in the first. He grounded out to short. Back his last time in the 3rd. The 1-0 is stolen. Line drive right side past the diving Jace Johnson in the right field. So 2 hits in this inning. That time Werner with the hit.
Time being called. They're going to send the courtesy runner out. It'll be number 11.
That's Kyle Cole, the 8th grader.
There we go.
It's Cole getting the courtesy running duties here. He DH'd in the game on Saturday against Vinton Shellsburg. So Werner getting the 5th hit in this ball game. With 2 outs, Ridenauer standing in. He got an infield hit, the first hit of the game, back in the top of the 4th when the Hawks scored their only run so far. He skies this one up out of play. Behind the dish, he struck out his first time up. Back in the 1st inning, we'll have a full afternoon and evening of coverage for you tomorrow as independent softball on the airwaves around 3:15. And then tomorrow night, we'll have Class 2A Beckman baseball. Runner goes up and out and sliding in, going to be called out. At first dive, Cole. Again, a great throw by Smith, the tag by Shelton, and another 2-6 caught stealing for out. Number 3. We go to the bottom of inning number 5. Hawks lead 1-0 back into this from KMCH Sports. Dawson Hochelsvik leads things off here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Hawks with the lead, 1-0 in this district final. Looking for their first sub-state appearance since 2015, the last district final win that year. And they fell away with Shellrock in the sub-state game, 9-8 in Oldwine. 0-2 the count here to Dawson Hochelsvik as the ball there misses. 1-2 the count as Decorah has not been in a district final since 2013, a district title win, I should say, and haven't been in one either. There's a throw over by Voss. Ground ball right side. Voss to Ridenauer for the 4-3 ground out for out number one.
Yeah, that was an check swing, ground ball, and it almost got it up the middle, but Jared Voss did a really good job of going up the middle, catching it, planting, and turn around, throw, and make a nice accurate throw. It was so important to get that leadoff runner out here, leading off the bottom of the fifth inning.
Last win for Decorah here against the Hawks in the series came June 30th, 2011, 12-6 decision. Hawks have won 4 in a row in this meeting. Series has tied 5-5 since 2009 in 10 meetings. Last postseason meeting came in a sub-state game in Oldwine back in July of 2004. The Hawks won 9-1. The Vikings had 10 errors defensively in that game. 2-0 the count here to Kaylor McCabe, the designated hitter. Reached on a fielder's choice in the second, was stranded. 1 out here in the bottom of the fifth. Hawks lead 1-0. There's a swing and miss for strike one. 2-1 the count. And we talked about it off the air between the break. See if the Hawks can stalwart this momentum, keep it on their side here with those 2 runners thrown out. Trying to get something going offensively to add another insurance run and see how the Vikings can respond here. And hopefully the Hawks are able to keep them at bay. 3-1 the count here to McCabe.
Yeah, momentum is such a big thing, especially on a close game like this. You know, one team all of a sudden gets that momentum, and it's just hard to stop them. Got the crowd in there with those 2 caught stealing.
And there's the first walk at the game. A 1-out base on balls allows McCabe to go to first base. We talked about him. It's okay being careful with him. He's been on base 22 straight games. 7 runs batted in, the most for a Decorah player in a single game since at least 2008 when he hit that grand slam and 3-run homer in the bottom of the fifth. He hit the grand slam of the third on Saturday against Independence. And 2 for 2, 2 walks, 2 home runs, and 7 runs batted in for McCabe. He's on first base as fielder's choice in the walk so far in this game as Jace Johnson stands in. He grounded out to the shortstop Harris his last time in the second. Takes the ball there, 1-0 the count.
Jace Johnson, the team leader in sacrifice bunts with 12.
A throw down, and Reed sails it over the head of Ben Ridenauer. Going to second now will be McCabe, and he'll hold up there. And the throwing error in this game. And Reed trying to make a play. Airmailed that one, the E2 there. Coach Lyer will take the time and bring the infield in here to settle down. 1 out with a runner on second now. Jace Johnson standing in. Kayla McCabe is 3 for 3 in the stolen base department, so not a huge threat to steal out there. Reed was trying to catch him napping, and it worked against the Hawks there, as now the runner's in scoring position. 1-0 Hawks. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning.
Good time out there. Just go out there and settle your team down. Take a breath. Just, we've got an out. Got a runner at second. Let's just take care of business. We'll give up a base to get an out. Let the guy get to third if we need to, but we secure that out, get 2 outs, and then go after the batter. So all we got to do now is just take care of business, go after the batter. You got the 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up. So just take care of business, do what we can do.
This game exactly an hour old. Here from Owen Zach Field in Decorah tonight. This ball is above helmet high for ball 3. And Werner in threat of walking his second man in a row after not having a base on balls at all in this ball game. A 1-out walk and then a throwing error. The reason there's a runner on second base. Now the 3-0 pitch to Johnson is a ball that is downstairs low for ball 4. The second walk in a row does occur. And it'll be Kale Luzum standing in. The runner's on first and second, 1 down. Hawks trying to get out of a jam here with the 1-0 lead in the last of the fifth inning.
And he had the sinking line drive out to the left fielder, Engel, who made a diving catch to retire Luzum, leading off the bottom of the third inning.
As the strike on the outside corner, Anthony's for strike one. 0-1 the count to Luzum. As he flied out to left field to Engel his last time in the third inning. Warner the check of the runner. Now the pitch is another one, almost the same place. It's a little lower, says the home plate umpire, Mr. Hoppel. And it's tied even in the count now, 1-1 with one down. Runners on first and second. After 4 in Farley, Western Dubuque leads 4-0 over Linn-Mar. And there's a ball outside too far that time for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Warner to look in. Runners on first and second. One away here, the last of the fifth inning. This one is hit up in the air, left side. Going back is Engel on the run. He'll make the catch. Runners cannot advance. Medium depth center field. Engel brought that one in. Ball was taken going left to right towards that left field foul line as the fly out for out number 2 brings up the bottom of the order, and Thomas Kanaki now.
Yeah, he's got one of the 2 Decorah hits here so far. So that number 9 hitter, Pesky. Let's see if the Hawks can get themselves out of here.
2 down, runners on first and second. There's a strike on the outside corner, Anthony's.
Hawk coaching staff yelling at the infield, telling them, hey, if the ball's on the ground, you got to knock it down, dive to knock it down, keep it in the infield so that runner second can't score.
Warner checking those runners. 2 outs, 2 runners on. There's a ball just off the plate. Outside for ball 1. We're even out 1-1. 2 away in the last of the fifth inning. Hawks lead 1-0. 1 run, 5 hits, 2 errors for the Hawks. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Decorah. And the 1-1 on the way. It's swung on and missed. Beautiful pitch on that inner half, right at the knees. Swinging through it, Kanoki, the number 9 batter. Thomas Kanoki, one of the 8 seniors for head coach Denny Olenczak and the Vikings. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Last of the fifth inning, Hawks lead this game 1-0. The 1-2 on the way, and it's outside too far for a ball. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Last check after 2 innings up in Waverly. Waverly Shell Rock leading Charles City by the score of 4-1. Warner, the look in. Slight check of the runner at second. Now the 2-2 on the way, and it's lifted in the air. Nice driving hit, but that's going to be should be a foul ball. It is, yes. Call from the home plate umpire. That ball was hit well, but you could see it just tailing ever so slightly. Just hoped it was going to get foul, and it did.
Yeah, it was one of those hooking, sinking line drives. It went over the infield in the air, but it had a little hook and sink action on it. Had that stayed fair, that would have been probably an easy, probably a 2-run double.
Oh, at least.
And, would have scored 1 for sure in that runner at first. But you want to make it happen right here on a 2-2 pitch. You don't want to go to 3-2 because then that runner's going to get that head start. And on a hit like that, he would score if he'd get that head start at first base.
2 runners on, 2-2 the count. 2-2 delivery on the way. Off speed stayed up. Shoulder high for ball 3, and now the runners will be rolling with 2 down, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the number 9 batter, Thomas Kanoki.
And now the infielder's got to know the runners are in motion. Ground ball play's probably going to have to be at first.
And the 3-2 on the way. And this is grounded left side. Nice play off the hop by Harris. Up and over. Got his hand. The Hawks get out of it. The Hawks avoid Decorah getting on board here in the bottom of the 5th. The Vikings score. Strand 2 runners on, I should say, after 2 walks. And the Hawks lead 1-0 to the 6th we go. West Delaware Baseball from KMCH Sports. Jonaville back with you at the top of the 6th inning now. 1-0 the lead for the Hawks. They dodge another bullet as Decorah leaving 2 runners on. 1 error in that inning by the Hawks and 2 free passes. But runners left on first and second. Hawks still lead this game 1-0. Top of inning number 6 is here. Ridenauer takes the ball. Now a strike on the outside corner at the knees. 1-1 the count to Ridenauer, who is 1 for 2. Then he struck out swinging back in the first. He got an infield hit and was forced out back in the fourth. This one's sky behind home plate, but going to be too far up and out of play behind the fence for strike 2. 1-2 the count.
Yeah, last time up, Ridenauer led off the top of the 4th inning with a single. And that was the inning where the Hawks bunched a couple more hits and scored the only run here so far. So see if Ben can get something going here for the Hawks here in the top half of the 6th.
As the 1-2 is outside off the plate for ball 2. We're even 2-2.
And one thing I've noticed tonight that neither crowd is really saying hardly anything on any call that the umpire has been making so far.
A couple of them, but not much. There's a little bouncer left side, right down the line. Third baseman going to throw. Out is the call at first base. Ridenauer hustling down there and out. For 1 down, this 5-3 put out. Lose him a nice play over to Bruning. That was as close as you can get there.
Yeah, that was bang play, and either team could, they like the call. Hawks don't like the call, but it was that close, and nobody's really complaining much about it. You just go on, let's play some more baseball.
This ball is popped up off the bat of Jared Harris in the infield. A little popper behind the mound. The shortstop coming on, not able to get to it, and Harris is on first base.
Well, I would call it an error. We'll see what the scoreboard calls it. It landed right out in front of the shortstop, and he just didn't give it a real good effort going down. Well, they gave it a base hit.
Infield hit it was.
I'll be darned.
The 6th hit of the game. Jared will take it. No complaints there. So Jared gets his 2nd hit of the game. As listening in again, family in Bismarck, North Dakota. Hello to Lucas Kafer and company, former West Delaware freshman basketball coach and West Delaware grad. 1-0 here in the top of the 6th. We're in Decorah. County seat of Winneshiek County had their fair last week, same week as Delaware County Fair. Decorah, population 8,127. Hour and 29 minutes approximately from Manchester, 74 miles to be exact. There is a strike on the inner half, thigh high, and the count's even 1-1 here to Nick Casey. Nick Casey with a pop out his first time up in the 2nd. Fielder's choice his last time to the pitcher in the 4th. The 1-1 here on the way is outside and low. Runner goes. A throw down. It skips past the second baseman. Harris gets up and he'll have to stay put. It's good back up by Hocklesbeck, the center fielder. Harris gets the stolen base for Jared. That is his 23rd of 23 attempts on the season for the senior headed to Wartburg. Nick Casey will be back in, but first time is called by Ian Smith, as it gives us an opportunity to check the scoreboard. As still in Farley, it's 4-0 after 4 innings of play. Western Dubuque over Linmar trying to get to a sub-state final Wednesday night down at Cedar Rapids Prairie. Waverly Shamrock is now leading just 4-3. That's after 4 innings of play. They jumped out to a 4-0 lead after 1. Charles City has clawed their way back 4-3. Waverly Shamrock. The winner of that one meets the winner of this one Wednesday night in Waverly. 2-1 to count, 1 down. Runner on second in the form of Jared Harris. Casey back in. Locked and loaded, and the 2-1 delivery is swung on. He had a beat on that ball that goes right directly behind home plate off the fence. And the count is even at 2-2.
And I like that aggressiveness by the Hawks going for a stolen base. You just had 2 thrown out last inning, and Hawks were afraid to try it again with Jared Harris and got him. And now he's in that scoring position here with your 4 or 5 hitters coming up.
And Hogan to check the runner. Now the 2-2 outside, too far for ball 3. Full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. In the top of the 6th inning.
Harris getting a nice lead out to second baseman Johnson, trying to give a little fake attempt at trying to hold him.
There's swing and a miss. Casey. That one was right below the letters. Swung on and missed at that one for the swinging strikeout. the 5th total strikeout for the Hawks offense and the 4th swinging variety so far in this game. Gives us 2 down now. Brings up Hunter Zeser, the designated hitter. He had a big RBI hit into left field, scoring the only run of the game, scoring Harris back in the 4th inning. Harris is out at second again, just like he was in that 4th inning. Here in the top of the 6th with 2 down. Here's a strike. Other half, waist high. Strike 1. 0-1 the count to Zeser.
And Hogan's done a nice job of get in trouble and got himself out of there in that 4th inning. Hawks threatened to put more than one up there, but struck out the 2nd, 3rd hitters.
There's a bouncer right side. Hogan gets off the mound. Little foot toss to the first baseman, and the 1-3 put out. The Hawks are denied, leaving a runner on second base. And we go to the bottom of the 6th with the score. West Delaware 1, Decorah 0. This is West Delaware District Final Baseball. You're listening to it on Mix 94.7 KMCH Manchester. Along with studio producer Ashley Vick, John, and Bill, back with you. Bottom of the 6th inning now, 1-0. Hawks with the lead in this game. Update from Waverly, 5-3 now after 4 innings of play. Waverly Shamrock over Charles City tonight. The 2 winners meet in Waverly on Wednesday night, 7 o'clock in Sub-State Final. Hawks trying to get back there for the first time since 2015. For Decorah, their first since 2013. Here's a bouncer right side. Going to be a foul ball. Knocked into foul territory to stay by Werner as he hustled down the first base line ahead of the runner. Jackson Varney, the leadoff man, who's 0 for 2. He flied out to O'Reilly first time up. Hit into a ground out double play back in the 3rd as he stands in here at the bottom of in favor of the Hawks. Last check in the 5th inning. Western Dubuque over Linmar 4-0 at Farley Park tonight. Bobcats trying to get back to a Sub-State game for the first time in 6 years. Here's a bunt. Hawks. And lands behind some folks in the front row of the lawn chairs. A couple of ball boys to be exact. That couldn't have been planned any better. It went right to the ball boys. 1-2. Yeah, 1-2 the count. Off the front of the press box. Bill's good friend Aaron Swinson is inside. Broadcasting tonight for KDEC and Decorah. Friend of both of ours, I should say.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Always good.
Don't sell yourself short.
Yeah, always good to see Darren when we come up here.
I've known him probably too long.
There's a foul ball off the bat of Varney up and out of play. We're even up at 2 here. Jackson Varney, the leadoff man, the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-0. Hawks just scoring 1 run in that 4th inning on 3 hits. 2 runners left on, and there's a ball in the dirt. That's blocked by Reed for ball 3. We're full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. We have 3 one-run games in this series. The Hawks lead 1-run contest 2-1. Here's a hard grounder up the middle. That's going to scoot past the diving Jared Harris into center field. And it'll be the 3rd hit of the game for the Vikings offense to start off this bottom of Inning number 6, a hit into center by Varney. His first of the night brings up Drake Shelton, who's 0 for 2. He flew out to Wahlert and right his first time up. Last time to Engel and left. Stands in here with 1 on, nobody out. Last of the 6th inning, Brandon Hogan is waiting on deck. Werner, as we take a look at his pitch count here, as we're in the last of the 6th inning.
Werner has got 74 pitches. That was his 75th.
Bunt down the right foul, the first base foul line, picked up by Reitenauer in foul territory. 76.
Yeah.
Foul ball there. 0-1 the count. The sacrifices for Shelton on the year. 3. As he's looking to move his runner Varney into scoring position. The Vikings look to tie this game up here with the leadoff man on. They haven't had a hit since the 3rd inning. They had 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 2nd. And the 0-1 on the way. It's downstairs and out for ball 1. We're even now. 1-1 the count to Drake Shelton.
And that was a good pitch when you think maybe they're going to score around the bunt. That pitch was low and on the outer portion of the plate. And he would have to maybe kind of dive at that pitch.
Shelton takes one a little up, according to the home plate umpire. Looked like it was below the letters, but he did not give it to Werner that time for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Drake Shelton's streak of being on base every game this season, 28 in a row, denied tonight. He's flown out twice. There's the ball downstairs for ball 3. As tonight so far, I should say, we're trying to earn himself a walk here. 3-1 the count. Shelton a 9-game hitting streak. That's in jeopardy. There's ball 4, though. He will get on base and keep that streak alive of 29 games now in a row, reaching base this season for Drake Shelton, and he's on with a nobody out walk here with runners on first and second, bottom of the 6th. Coach Nate Lyle will call time and go out and have a word with his entire infield. As no change yet. There was somebody coming out of the, well, there is going to be a change. There was somebody coming out, but he told him to stay put, so we'll see what other changes we'll have. A new pitcher, it will be Jared Harris coming in here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Nobody out, runners on first and second. We'll take a break, come back. This is West Delaware Baseball from KMCH Sport. Hudson Werner moves to second base, to a shortstop, I should say. Voss stays at second. So Werner at short. New pitcher, it's Jared Harris. As Harris making his 12th appearance on the year. Here's a ground ball, right side. Voss hit the runner. Dead ball. Dead ball, and runner, yep, it is. Well, runners on first and third. Dead ball, the runners get to stay where they are now at first and third. Runner Shelton retired on the ball that hit him, so actually a dead ball. Varney gets third. Hogan gets first. Haven't seen one of those in a while, as the runner Shelton had it hit right off his left leg, and runners on first and third with one down now. So a break there, as, well, maybe not. Maybe really got the double play.
Yeah, might have been able. I'm not sure if they would have, but they might have been able to turn a double play. So maybe he ran into it on purpose. You don't know what his intent was.
I don't think that was the case. There's a ball upstairs above letter high for ball 1. 1-0 the count here with one down. Runners on first and third. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-0. Hawks with the lead. Ball in the dirt. Nice block indeed by Colton Reed. Ball 2-0 the count. Ian Smith standing in. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out so far in this game. Two balls, no strikes. Harris, the check, and now the 2-0 pitch in the dirt. Ball 3. Reed, another good block, keeps it out in front of him, in front of that home plate base. Ball 3, though, 3-0 the count. Here to Ian Smith, number 4 batter in the lineup and in this inning for Decorah, who's threatening. They have a runner on third for the second time in this game. A strike thrown there by Harris on the 3-0 pitch. It's 3 balls and 1 strike now. After 5 in Farley, the Bobcats lead 5-0 over Linmar tonight. Looking for the 33rd win of the year as a bouncing ball right side. Bounces off the fence to our left for strike 2. 3-2 the count. Good battle here by Harris, trying to come all the way back and win this. This would be a big second out to get here.
Yeah, it would. I mean, fall behind 3-0 and a couple of pitches low in the dirt. Good block by Reed behind the plate. Be nice to come back and put him in the book.
And the 3-2. There's a pitch just off the plate for ball 4. And ball 4 it is, and the bases are full. That was close there. And the West Delaware faithful are not being heard a lot today, and shy of letting the home plate umpire know about it there, as Ian Smith is on first with the base on balls. A second walk in the inning, the first allowed by Harris. So runner on every base here, 1 down. They've got the force at every spot now. Dawson Hunkelsick stands in. He had a hit to right his first time up. He grounded out the second his last time. And there's a strike taken below the letters. Inner half for strike 1, 0-1 the count. Here with 1 down. Here the last of the 6th inning. Hawks lead this game 1-0. Trying to keep it that way here. Here's a bouncing ball right side. That's going to get into the right field. The game is tied. And Coach Olenczak going to hold up the runner at third. The game is tied, though, at 1 on a base hit in the right field. The second hit this inning, only the 4th of the game for Decorah. We're knotted up at 1 here in the last of the 6th inning.
Yeah, and credit Decorah doing what they got to do here at the bottom of the 6th. They got that leadoff single, and then just kind of manufactured a run here with a couple of walks and a base hit. So, and they still got some serious damage here, so Hawks got some work cut out.
Caleb McCabe comes in. He skies this one right side. It's going to be out of play. First pitch swinging. Thank you. He fouls it up for strike 1. 0-1 the count to Caleb McCabe, who's been hitting great of late. He had that sensational 7 RBI game on Saturday against Independence in the 15-5 inning victory. As McCabe, fielder's choice tonight, stranded in the 2nd. He walked and was stranded back in the 5th. McCabe also on base for 22 straight games. Now 23 in a row for McCabe. This one is skied right side up and out of play.
Nice to be able to get ahead in the count 0-2 now. Now we'll see how Jared attacks him. But more importantly, because of that, sometimes you want to throw something out of the strike zone and see if it'll expand the zone. But then you also put the pressure on your catcher not to allow a wild pitch. So
be careful here. 0-2. 1 down. Bases full. The Vikings were tied at 1. There's a ball that gets off the glove of Reed, and they're going to take the lead in the game. It was a high pitch. Reed went up for it. It bounded off his glove. Might have closed it too soon. And the Vikings take the lead 2-1 as Hogan comes into school.
Yeah, it was a high fastball, and Reed just got up there and hit off his glove, and I think he thought he had it yet because he really didn't go after it. Called it a fastball. Yeah. He didn't really go after it, and the runner at third saw the ball ran over about halfway between home plate and the backstop, so he got in easily. So score the go-ahead run on a pass ball.
2-1 now to Decorah with 1 out, 2nd and 3rd. This one's skied right side. Looks like it's drifting foul, and it will be out of play outside the fence down the Right field side, 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 down. 2-1 Decorah. They've scored both of their runs in this bottom of the 6th to take the lead. Jared Harris and the Hawks still trying to get out of here with only a 1-run deficit as they trying to stop the Vikings right here from adding any more. McCabe will swing and a miss. Nice pitch. Inner half at ease. McCabe cannot catch up to the fastball. Harris went right after him. It gives us 2 down, and Jace Johnson will stand in now. He walked his last time up, grounded out to Harris, who was the shortstop at the time, back in the 2nd inning. So 2 down, runners on 2nd and 3rd. Hawks trail 2-1.
And Hawks got to get this batter out here and not allow those runners on base. They'll score. There again, nice curveball. Breaks just off the plate.
For ball 1, 1-0 the count here. Here 2. Jace Johnson, 7th batter in this inning for Decorah. The 1-0 upstairs, but got the strike call there. Looks like he kind of ducked too and changed the perception of the strike zone. So 1-1. Here 2. Johnson. Here's a ground ball right side. That's going to get in the right field. Score at least 1 more. And Coach Olenczak will hold up the runner. 3-1. Now in favor of Decorah. Another ball that was hit right side, right in between Reidenauer and Voss. You couldn't have rolled it any better, and we've had 2 of those hits in the right so far this inning.
Yeah, and it weren't that they were hit very hard. They were, but a nice base hit, just well placed, and it got out in there. But watching Coach Olenczak at third, both times held those runners in second. So nice job on the outfield by Logan Waller to not allow 2 runs being scored.
3-1, the score in this game. Now Decorah leading here in the bottom of inning number 6. Harris will throw over. Runner gets back in safely. The 8th batter in this inning, Keel Luzum, stands in. He's 0 for 2 and 2 flyouts to Engel in left field. Hit a walk, an interference, a dead ball, and hit a runner. And there's another ground ball, base hit. That'll slither past Werner. Another run will score in a shallow center. Another ball not hit incredibly hard. Werner couldn't get to it up the middle. Diving effort. And 4 runs just like that here for Decorah. They lead 4-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Yeah, and man, they're just well-placed hits. I mean, you can't fault the Hawks defense. I mean, they've done a nice job the whole game here. There's just some hits that got through the infield and scored some runs. So credit to Decorah. They put the pressure on the Hawks defense this inning and got some base hits.
They're the number 9 batter in the inning and in the lineup. Kanoki stands in. He's 1 for 2. An infield hit his first time in the 3rd. He ground out to short his last time in the 5th. 0-1 the count here. 4-1. Now 6 hits in the game for Decorah. There's a ball upstairs for ball 1. We're even 1-1. After 5.5, so mid-6 in Farley. Western Dubuque still leading over Linn-Mar 5-0. Throw to second, the runner's going. Now the throw to third, he's going to be tagged out on the 6-5 on the put out. Not sure what the runner there was doing, as the Hawks will take it and get out of it, but not before 4 runs come across for Decorah in the 6th. And the Hawks have some work to do offensively in their final of bat if they can't score 3 runs. 4-1 Decorah. Back after this from KMCH Sports. back into Decorah, top of the 7th inning, 4-1, the lead on a very nice night here, 77 degrees, 75 feel like. Light winds out of the northwest at about 5 miles per hour, 51% humidity, and it was a hot offensive streak there for the Vikings in that bottom of the 6th. They scored 4 runs on 4 hits, 1 runner left on. And the Hawks will have to try to tie it up. The lower part of the order here, 6, 7, 8, Engel, Voss, and Reed slated here for the Hawks, who trail this game now 4-1 in the top of the 7th inning. As there's a ball downstairs, 2-0 the count. Well, what happened. You can't do anything about it now except try to go out here and do your best and get runners on base and do whatever you can to get runs here.
That's it. You got to do whatever it means. And that means taking some pitches, see if you can coax a walk. So they gave 4 hits, but a couple of walks in there. Sure made that inning last longer for the Vikings.
Update from Solon tonight, 13-4. Solon over Clear Creek Amana in the 4th inning of that one. Solon the favorite in that contest. Western Dubuque still leading Linmar. They're in the 6th inning in Farley. Last check after 4 innings is Waverly Shell Rock 5, Charles City 3. 2-2 the count. Here, the top of the 7th. This one is a liner right side as it will get over the first base Hawks dugout and skim into the parking lot. Right side. 2-2 the count. Nobody down here in the top of the 7th. Hawks need to score 3 to keep this game going, trailing 4-1. And there's a ball off the plate outside for ball 3, and we're full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, it's close enough to pitcher Hogan. He was hoping it was going to be called strike. But that was one of those ones, must have been just off the plate. The batter, and the pitcher wanted it. So very close, 2-2 pitch.
And the 2-3-2 on the way outside, ball 4. Engel will earn the leadoff walk, and that's exactly what the Hawks needed here. We talked about it. Base runners, and that is just the first walk of the game allowed.
Yes.
By Hogan. What an effort he has come back and done tonight after shakiness against Independence on Saturday. Only an inning in 3rd. Got knocked out of the game. They scored 5 runs on him. And tonight, he's been pretty good at getting out of jams. He has allowed 7 hits, but striking out 5 batters, and he struck to Jared Harris. He's down in the count 0-1. With the runner on first, nobody down, and a swing and a miss on the pitch downstairs for strike 2. No balls. 2 strikes here to Jared Voss. He's 0 for 2 in this game. A ground out and a strikeout swinging his last time in the 4th. Stands back in here as Hogan wants a new baseball. And had a lot of dirt on it. As you can see by when the catcher caught it. On the return to the umpire, Voss will settle back in here. Waiting for a 0-2 pitch from Hogan. A senior to the freshman. The 0-2 on the way. Goes right after him, and he skies this one into right center field. That ball's going to get down, hit the bottom of the wall on the warning track. As being held up at 3rd. Voss with the double. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out. As the Hawks are in business here, Colton Reed will stand in. 4-1. Hawks trailing, top of the 7th inning. There's 2 of those runs out there on base right now.
Yeah, and he did a nice job. The first pitch he took for a called strike. Second one, he swung at a pitch that bounced on home plate on a curveball, but he came right back and made it zones for that. Got it, hit it very hard off that center field wall. So a good no-out double. Runners at 2nd, 3rd here now.
Time is called by Reed. Colton Reed had to hit the left field his last time in the 5th inning. Grounded out back in the 2nd. He wallops this one right up the middle. A base hit. 1 run is in. Getting the 3rd relief Voss. Hawks trail by 2. 4-2. Still nobody down. Colton Reed, the senior, comes through with the hit right up the middle. So a walk and 2 hits in a row. And the Hawks trail by just 2 now. Coach Olenzak will take time. You figured it'd be coming here eventually as this hit parade 2 in a row for the Hawks. 1 run in. Olenzak will take the long walk out here to talk to his pitcher and take his time in doing it and have a word with Hogan here. And I think he's just going to give him some encouragement here and talk about the situation. What's the pitch count here on Mr. Hogan right now?
He is at 89 pitches, so he's got a little ways that he can go here yet. But you know, you sit there and think, what has he got between 18 and 1900 games that he's coached? You know, how many times has he gone out there and you know, he's an icon. He goes out there, and I don't know if he could tell any more words of wisdom than, you know, only after 54 years. You know, he just go out there and, fellas, I've been around this game a long, long time. We're all right. Just go out there, calm down, settle down, just do what we've done the first 6 innings, and just try to calm his team down.
16 hits for Colton Reed, 6 runs batted in to refresh you on that career record, as I mentioned earlier. 1,395 wins. He's number 2 all-time, national and Iowa list. 550 losses. He's 1,387 and 543 here at Decorah, as 4-3 is the lead. 4-2. They gave us an extra run there. Thank you, but that's not right.
Scoreboard.
4-2 is the correct score, as O'Reilly swings and misses at a pitch downstairs for strike 1. 0-1 the count.
I'm sure nobody from Decorah has not caught that yet.
I'm sure they will shortly, as a 0-1 the count here. Runners on first and third. Nobody down. Riley showed the bunt, pulled back, and took the ball outside. We're even now, 1-1 the count. Runners on first and third. Engel has scored after a walk. Voss to third after a double to center field. Reed's on first after an RBI single. And there's a bunt right back up the middle. Just trying to get the runner over, and the throw over to first. They give up an out. They get runners on second and third now. As Reed is on second, O'Reilly retired for out number 1. It brings up the top of the order, and Dunstan Werner now.
Yeah, that's not a bad job by your number 9 hitter. Getting that base. Now you got a base hit, an opportunity to get that tying run on a second base scored. So you got 2 opportunities. You got your 2 seniors, or a senior and a junior coming up, but that's who you want coming up leading off the game here.
Strike taken. Outer half at the knees. Western Dubuque winning 0, so they will be playing at Cedar Rapids Prairie Wednesday night. Here is a hit down the right field side. That's going to air down a fair ball. 1 run is in, 2 runs are in. The Hawks have tied this game here in the top of the 7th inning on a base hit by Dunstan Werner. Giving up 4 runs in the bottom half of the 6th. They answer and tie it up here on 3 runs. Dunstan Werner, the starting pitcher in this game. Harris coming in for him in relief in the 6th when he got in some trouble. And the game is tied now with 1 down.
And there's exactly why you bunt in that situation. Get that runner over to second. He wasn't going to score from first base, but it got him in scoring position, and Warner, a nice job. A fly ball down the right field line. Kyle Cole coming in now to it'll be a pinch runner now for Dunstan Werner, but they're going for the speed for that go-ahead run here, as the Hawks have tied it up.
3 runs in this inning on 3 hits. As now they left it at 3. It should be 4-4 on the scoreboard.
There they got it.
There we go. Tied up at 4. 9 hits on the night for the Hawks offensively. A strike called right now, and it brings out the Bluebirds from the Hawks faithful.
Well, when it's 4-4 in the 7th inning, you're going to get almost every pitch you're going to say.
Awake now, aren't they?
We need to hear the bottom of the
0-1 the count. This one is hit down the right field side. That one might get foul, and it does. A foul ball for strike 2. 0-2 the count with 1 down. Runner on first base is Kyle Cole, the pinch runner for Dunstan Werner, who just had that big 2 RBI single for Werner. It was his 32nd hit of the year, his 21st and 22nd runs batted in. 0-2 to count with 1 away.
Nice coaching up there at first base by Kevin Werner on that. He's out there talking to his 8th grade runner out there. Not a lot of varsity experience running bases.
6th batter in the inning. Right now it takes the ball low and outside for ball 1. 1-2 to count with 1 down. Hawks have scored 3 this inning. After the 4 spot at the bottom of the 6th for Decorah. We are knotted up at 4. Here on the top of the 7th. This one's fouled back to the fence. Runner Kyle Cole is off and going. Had those 2 runners thrown out, as Ian Smith only thrown out 2 coming into this game. But 2 runners thrown out. What inning was that, Billy? It was the 5th inning. Yep, it was. As Cole and Reed were thrown out, trying to steal second base. 1-2 to count with 1 away. We're knotted up at 4. 1-2. Off speed. He gets his bat on it, pops it up, and spoils it up and out of play right side. It stays 1-2. Good battle here by Ben Ridenauer.
Perfect, Rod. Just thinking about it. You know, there's what you got to do with a two-strike pitch. Yeah, it's close enough that maybe call a strike. I got to battle it. I got to fight it off. Nice job there. If Kyle Cole's going to be stealing here again, possibly, I'd like to see him get a little bit bigger jump over there at first base.
And this one is ducking out of the way and taking it for ball 2 right now. And we're even 2-2.
Yeah, stand in there and take it like a man there, Penny. Get yourself on base. But the other thing is get the heck out of the way, you know. So nice job now. 2-2 pitch coming up.
And the 2-2 from Hogan on the way. Up and out for ball 3. Full count here. See how long Coach Olenzak will go with Hogan if he cannot get Ridenauer here. The 6th batter in this inning, Ridenauer, had a hit back in the 4th inning. 0 for 2 besides that. The 3-2 on the way. Swings and foul tips it into the glove of the catcher, Smith. He hangs on for the swinging strikeout and gives us 2 down. Jared Harris will stand in. He has 2 hits his last 2 times up to center in the 4th. An infield hit to the shortstop his last time in the 6th. With 2 outs and a runner on first. 4-4 tie ball game. There's a pitch outside off the plate for ball 1. Ball 1-0 the count. McKesey waits on deck. Harris. His 48th and 49th hits. Kyle Cole goes. No throw down. Strike is the call. We're even 1-1. The catcher knew he had no chance as Harris is Cole, the speedy 8th grader, able to steal that one on his pitcher Hogan as Kyle Cole now, stealing-wise, he's 12 of 15 on the season. 1-1 on the way. This one is a ground ball left side. Going to get by the efforting shortstop in the left field. And he follows it. Cole's going to score easily. He'll score standing up. And the Hawks have the lead. 5-4. The Hawks with the advantage. Harris finds his way to second base after the RBI. 2-out single and an error. And West Delaware leads this game 5-4. What a comeback. Putting up a 4 spot here in the top of the 7th after entering this inning down 4-1.
Yeah, that's why you get that stolen base. There's 2 outs. You know, worst case scenario, you start the inning off if you hold them bottom of 7th. But get that in that scoring position right there. Prime example. Left fielder coming in. Jackson Barney knew that he was going to have to come in and make a quality throw because there's no way there old Kyle Cole there because it was going to take a great throw to get him. And I think he was maybe looking at the runner a little bit too much, looked up, didn't make a clean play out there, and Kyle scored easy for that go-ahead run with the Hawks.
4 runs in this inning. Hogan's night is done. Coach Olenzak out to make the pitching change, and we'll come back and tell you more about it. The Hawks have scored 4 runs and take the lead 5-4. 2 outs in the top of the 7th. We're back after this from KMCH Sports. Back into Decorah. John and Bill along with you. 2 outs here at the top of the 7th inning. The Hawks have scored 4 runs on 4 hits as they lead this game now 5-4 after entering the 7th, down 4-1. The Hawks never give up attitude here, coming back at sub-state final since 2015.
What do you know? How do the Hawks lead the inning off? With a walk.
That's right. And that walk batter came around the score. What is it, 76.82%? You have that down? There's a strike.
I do know.
1-1.
You know, and
I just made that up.
Yeah, but it's probably very close to that in high school baseball. I don't care what anybody says. That leadoff walk scores a majority of the time.
And Casey standing in. There's a strike at the knees on the inside corner. 1-2 to count. 2 outs. Hawks still trying to add as Jared Harris out of second base after an RBI hit and getting the second on the air as he's running for himself as the pitcher in this game. The new pitcher, Michael Bruning, for Decorah. His 9th appearance. He's got an 0-1 record, and there's a ball outside. 2-2. Bruning, 16 and a third innings pitched on the season. He's got 3 saves, 17 hits against him, 12 runs against, 8 earned runs, a 3.43 ERA. He's walked 5, hit 2, struck out 20. Opponents are hitting .215 against him. The 2-2 with 2 down here. Bruning coming in for Hogan, who moved over to first base. Bruning's original spot brings the ball up and in. Almost clipped the front of the jersey of Casey, but it just stayed off of it for ball 3. We're full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. The 8th batter of this inning, Nick Casey. All started with Polingo getting on with a walk. The 3-2 runner goes. This one's hit, and this one hit hard off the umpire's face mask. As it takes a second for him to shake that off, and he's able to get a new baseball here. They're going to take some time. The catcher, good move here by Smith, going out and have a word with his pitcher so the umpire can take a little second to collect himself. 3-2 the count, 2 down. The runner, Harris, has to retreat as he was off and running with the 3-2 2-out pitch. Top of the 7th, 5-4. One final in, Linmar and Western beat the Bobcats advance on to the sub-state final Wednesday night at Cedar Rapids Prairie. Take on the number 1 seed Prairie Hawks. 5-0 over Linmar tonight. The Bobcats advance on, get their 33rd win of the season. Here's a scalding, bouncing ball behind Coach Lahr in the third base box. He lets it go by, and they'll have a fan and a player attend to that ball down the left field side. Full count. Pitch coming here again to Casey.
You know, what a big insurance run this would be out there at second base if they get another 2-out hit here.
The 3-2. It's in the dirt, swinging on. The drop third will have to be completed with the throw, and they get it. 2-3 on the putout. But the Hawks score 4. They take a 1-run lead. To the bottom of the 7th we go. Hawks baseball from KMCH Sports. Back into Decorah. 5-4, the lead now for the Hawks. They scored 4 times in that 7th inning on 4 hits, 1 Viking error, and 1 runner left on base. The Hawks trying to get the comeback win after they're ahead of the ball game 1-0 until the Vikings scored their 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th. And a 4-run spot put up by the Hawks in the top of the 7th. Now the bottom of the 7th commences with a ball to Thomas Kanoki, who's 1 for 2. Kanoki grounded out his last time in the 5th, an infield hit to the shortstop's way. Harris at the time in the 3rd. Harris falls behind 2-0. So great momentum shift there. The Hawks able to come back and retake the lead and keep their season alive. And now Decorah is on the ropes. They have to score 1 or this game's over. And the Hawks going back to a sub-state final for the first time since 2015. A strike there taken by Kanoki. She shows bunt and lays off. Takes the ball upstairs now for ball 3. 3-1 to count. Here's to Thomas Kanoki. The 3-1 is swung on a miss. Belt high right down the chute for strike 2. We're full now, 3-2.
Yeah, and you got to go right after him. You got to attack him. You got to put him in the book here as that number 9 hitter leading off the bottom of the 7th.
Good pitch. That's Simpson for the ball. Ball 4 there as going down to first base, Kanoki on the walk. As it brings up Jackson Varney now. Jackson Varney had a hit and scored a run back in the 6th inning. As Varney stands in, the left-handed batter. Yeah, he started to show bunt, pulled back, takes the ball in the dirt. Downstairs for ball 1, 1 on the count. You motioned that he's probably going to bunt right here.
He's going to, as fundamental as Ole is all of his career. You know, I need to get that. He needs to get that run over to second base with 1 out.
There's a bunt right back to Harris. He's going to try to get the force out. He does. They get the force out at second. Harris, Foss is standing right on the bag. Great execution by the Hawks there as they get the 1-4 force out for the first out of the inning. And Varney is on with the fielder's choice to the pitcher on the attempted sacrifice. Had trouble with that base. He had trouble with that base on Saturday as well. Dunson Werner, same issue. He put that in on Saturday as well later in the game against Vinton Shelmsburg. 1 down, runner on first base here. Drake Shelton stands in. He's 0 for 2 with a walk in his last at bat. He flew out the first 2 times to right and to left. Stands in here with 1 out and 1 on. Bottom of the 7th inning. Hawks lead this game 5-4 as a pitch upstairs. Too high for ball 1, 1-0 the count.
Yeah, there was your senior shortstop out on the mound right now. When they bunt that pitch right back to him, and knew that he probably had an opportunity to get that lead runner. That pitch is high and outside.
Ball 2, 2-0 the count. 2-0 the count. Here to Shelton. 3rd batter this inning. One away. Checking that runner. Now the 2-0 on the way in the dirt. Low, good block. Reed keeping it. Ball 3, calls time, asks for another baseball. 3-0 the count.
Yeah, got to come back and attack him. Get the batter here. Don't put him on, via that free pass and put extra base runners on base. Come back and make a quality pitch. Throw to first.
Ball gets by right now. The runner will go to second. And now it's to third. He's going to try for third. The throw comes and the tag. The third. Yes, indeed. The umpire, Nick Ronberg, slipped down as he was trying to get to third to make the play. He is able to get his balance, get on his feet, and make the out call as too aggressive that time. Barney trying to get the third call out, and there's 2 down now. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, the Hawks with the 5-4 lead.
And I tell you what, that was a great pick at third base. The throw was low, and it took a high bounce, and Nick Casey just kind of brought that tag down in time. And the runner, Barney, stumbled around going around second base. Had he not stumbled, he probably makes that. But, the Hawks will take anything they get right here. What a great break.
What a job by Reitenauer making up for the throw from his pitcher, Harris. Reitenauer got over there and threw almost a strike. It was a little difficult at the end, but he got the ball there. And with the tag was Casey. So 2 down now. And the Ball 4 there. Shelton takes the second walk of the inning. 2 outs with a runner on first. So the tying run back on base here for the Vikings. Here in the bottom of the seventh. 5-4 Hawks with a 1-run advantage. And Coach Lar will call time and head on out to have a word with his entire infield here in the battery with 2 away.
Yeah, right now you're probably just trying to calm them down for sure. A little adrenaline flowing in every one of them players out there probably. Just, fellas, just take a deep breath and realize, understand if they hit the ball to you, what are you going to do with it? If you're an infielder that's on the ground, you got to knock it down because you don't want that runner going from first to third, type of thing. If it gets down the line, you got to make sure you yell out there and get your cutoff. So there's so many things going mind here, but right now, he's coached these kids all year long. Right now, I'm just trying to calm them down and take a deep breath and back into this contest.
Shelton on first, Hogan the batter. He reached on that dead ball interference as he hit the runner of a teammate in the 6th inning. He came around to score one of those 4 runs in that bottom of the 6th for Decorah. The reason why they had the lead, scored 4 in the 7th. Called fouled up and out of play for 0-1. Here to Brandon Hogan, the original starting pitcher in this game. Now the first baseman. He popped out his first 2 times up to the pitcher and the first baseman in the first. 0-1 the countdown, 2 away. And the 0-1 is lifted in the air right side, up and out of play for strike 2. He's ahead of Hogan here. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 down.
Now don't hurt yourself going after him here. You want to maybe try to nip him at the plate or something like that. Go for that, but go right after him and make a quality pitch.
Be careful, be smart here. 0-2 on the way, and it's a off-speed pitch, a ground ball right side of Jared Boss into shallow right field. Roller gets it, he'll throw it to third. The tag comes late, is sliding in safely is Shelton, and the Vikings are still alive on an error by Jared Boss. He thought about what was happening a little bit too soon, and Jared took his eye off it, just had that ball go between his legs. Runners on first and third. Ian Smith stands in now after walking and scoring in the 6th. We're in the bottom of the 7th. 5-4, Hawks lead by 1. The tying run on third base for the Vikings. The winning run on first base. As Ian Smith stands in, walked and scored his last time, struck out and grounded out back in the 2nd and 4th innings. He stands in here and follows this one, a liner right above us into the tree line behind us. Hot shot there. Had the behind that one as 0-1 the count. Harris. Ball up and in. Neck high there for ball 1. We're even at 1 ball and 1 strike. No score lately from Waverly, Shellrock, and Charles City. It was 5-3 after 4 our last check. Western Dubuque wins tonight 5-0. Here's a ground ball. He has it. A little flip toss, and the Hawks have won. The Hawks have won. Harris with the ground out. The 1-3 for out number 3, and the Hawks get the victory. The Hawks win 5-4 on a tremendous comeback after down 4-1 heading into the 7th inning. They score 4 in the top of the 7th, and they stave off the Decorah Vikings in the bottom half to win this one 5-4. And a game that took 2 hours and 1 minute here tonight from Owen-Zak Field in Decorah. Our postgame starts next. Hawks advance on for the first sub-state final since 2015, Wednesday night in Waverly. We're back after this from KMCH Sports. And back in to Olensack Field here in Decorah. The West Delaware Hawks pick up their 26th win of the year, and they get back to the sub-state final for the first time since 2015, the third time in Coach Nate Lahr's career. He joins us here in the postgame as the Hawks get the victory 5-4 in just a little bit exciting fashion here tonight from Decorah. Pardon my sarcasm, as wow, what a comeback for your team. And leading this game 1-0, and then a 4 spot took the winds out of the sails a little bit, but your team came right back and jumped on them, scored 4 of your own, and held them in that bottom of the 7th inning. And what a win for your ball club!
Man, it's an exciting night, John. It was an absolute battle, and all the credit goes to those guys out there in the field, because I was not very good tonight. I should have made some different moves and calls earlier in the game, I think, to maybe add on a couple runs when we had opportunities. So credit to our guys, and as Vern would say on our bench, you just got to believe, man. And they did, and they came out and fought back in that 7th inning. Were able to push 4 of their own and really hit the ball really well that second time through and all the way after that, and we're just able to get the job done. So great effort by our guys.
Finding a way, and we talked about in the pregame, not worrying, not getting down on yourselves too much when things don't go your way, error here and there, something that mentally that you didn't like that happened. You just got to move on, and we saw that in the late innings here tonight.
No doubt, you know. We obviously didn't make all the plays there late. I mean, we came out, locked in right away, and guys were taking hits away, and the outfield and the infield just defensively awesome. Dunston was on and competing his butt off out there, and got a little shaky late. We did kick a few things. We threw a couple down the line all night long. We dropped one here and there, but you know what? They were able to come back and make the next play and do everything that they needed to do to get a win, and that's what counts right now.
Yeah, it was such an exciting contest, and it was a game of momentum shifts. I mean, it was just, you know, I thought the crowd was pretty quiet on balls and strike pitches to about those last couple of innings, and then all of a sudden, man, every pitch was that, you know, intense for both teams. And, you know, but, you know, the credit to Hawks, they just did such a tremendous job. Man, it would have been easy to just fall over 4-1, just, well, let's pack it up the bus and the season's over. But, you know, that leadoff walk, you know, and man, that just started that 7th inning.
Yeah, you know, that's kind of what got us in trouble, is a few walks with got nobody on base and just giving them some free base runners. And, yeah, it was a catalyst for us. Great atmosphere here tonight, great crowd both sides, so awesome support all the way around, and it was a really fun ball game where, yeah, you're right, those momentum shifts were huge, and it's really hard, especially as a 16, 17, 18-year-old, to not get too high or too low when something's not going right. So credit to those guys, or maybe they don't know any better for some of those, but awesome. Just really proud of my guys tonight.
As about the only, besides the 100-win mark, the only thing you had in common with the 78-year-old Coach Olensack tonight was you both started your coaching career at the age of 24. And boy, did you battle here tonight with Coach O and the Decorah Vikings, getting back to your 3rd sub-state final ever. And just the gutsiness of this team. They'll get to play another game, especially these 8 seniors on Wednesday night, as they travel up to Waverly, take on Waverly Shellrock. We got the win tonight by the score of 6-5 over Charles City.
Yeah, you know, that's all we can ask is another day to play. So that's what we came up here to do, is to find a way to win. And they took about everybody tonight, and pieces that maybe we haven't seen a ton of until late here, and they got the job done when it counted. So really excited for our guys to get a chance to have a great practice tomorrow and head over to Waverly on Wednesday to compete one more time.
Yeah, that'll be it. Just go out there and relax and get the kids back down a little bit off of cloud 9, and just understand that, hey, tomorrow we got to just take it easy, you know, get loosened, get back off that emotional high, but then get right back on it come Wednesday to go up and play Waverly. We played up there before. A year ago, we played up there. Nick Casey did a nice job pitching up there a year ago, so, you know, he's comfortable up there.
Absolutely, you know. We'll let them soak it in on this 3rd bus ride home to Decorah in the last couple of days. And then, yeah, you know, it's back to work tomorrow and kind of relax. We got a game at our place, so hopefully that kind of takes their mind off of what we got going on. We can watch a little 1A baseball and then get ready to go for Wednesday. And, yeah, we've played over there multiple times. I think we're comfortable on the turf, and we'll be ready to go and hopefully ready to compete.
Yes, indeed. Congratulations on the win here tonight. Best of luck. We'll see you Wednesday night in Waverly.
Thanks a lot, guys.
You betcha. Nate Lahr, the head coach of the West Delaware Hawks. This team gets a 5-4 win here tonight over the Decorah Vikings. As what an effort by the Hawks, never saying never, and coming back and getting the victory tonight. Sub-state appearance coming up for the Hawks. It's the 13th district title in the history of the West Delaware baseball program, as their last, as I mentioned, coming back in 2015. The Hawks get the victory. They move to 26-10-1 overall. Their non-conference mark of 5-3-1 on the road. They were 12-4-1 so far this year. To Waverly they goes on Wednesday night to take on Waverly Shell Rock. We'll take a break and we'll come back after this to wrap it all up here from Decorah. We're back after this from KMCH Sports. And back into Decorah here in the postgame. The Hawks get the 5-4 win here tonight. Take a look at the totals in this one. Decorah, 4 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors, 6 runners left on base, 2 swinging strikeouts, 6 walked batters for the victorious West Delaware Hawks. 5 runs, 10 hits, 4 errors, 5 runners left on, 6 strikeouts, 5 swinging, 1 looking, and 1 walked batter. The game that lasted 2 hours and 1 minute here tonight. The Hawks improve on to 26-10-1. And the Vikings in their season at 21-8 as the 54th season at Decorah in the books for the 78-year-old head coach Denny Olenczak. His 55th season total as the number 2 all-time leader in wins in the nation and, of course, in the state of Iowa. As his record now 1,395 and 551 overall. Here at Decorah, it's 1,387 and 544. The Hawks get the 5-4 win. Head coach Nate Lahr in his 5th season, the 29-year-old, improves to 135 wins, 51 losses, and 1 tie. As the Hawks will be back into a sub-state final at the 13th district championship in the West Delaware baseball program, as the Hawks will face a familiar opponent. The last 2 sub-state finals, Waverly Shell Rock, 2014, 2015. 3rd time, hopefully a charm, on Wednesday night in Waverly.
Yeah, that's it. That's one of those bugaboos there a couple years in a row. The Waverly Shell Rock Go Hawks ended the Hawk season, and now it's just one of those things. Maybe these kids probably remembered as they were younger and probably went to that game, sat in the stands, and they'd like to make a little tone. First game of the year, they got beat 3-2. A little play that they probably wouldn't do again right now at this time of the year. But they've got some motivation to go out there. Boy, they want to go out there. This is a great group of senior kids, and what a great way to send them out is one more win and get down to Des Moines.
Yes, indeed. As the Hawks get the win 5-4 here tonight, taking down the Decorah Vikings. The series now, the last 11 meetings dating back to 2009, is held by the Hawks. 6 wins, 5 losses. They've won 4 games here at Olenzak Field compared to Decorah's 2. As the Hawks, a one-run game victory. They're now 3-1 in one-run contests against Decorah since 2009. As the Hawks get back to the sub-state contest Wednesday night in Waverly around 6:50. We'll have all the coverage for you right here from KMC Sports. We do not know what we'll have for you on Wednesday. Depends on Independence, how they do in state softball tomorrow afternoon, and what we'll have if they lose tomorrow against the 6-seed Sergeant Bluff Luton, which we hope does not happen. There would be a 1 o'clock game on Wednesday afternoon. A 5:30 game would occur on Wednesday evening if the Independent softball team gets the victory tomorrow afternoon, starting at around 3:15. Our pregame coverage. The Hall of Fame softball coach, former head coach, and West Delaware softball coach Kevin Shookman will join me for the coverage tomorrow from the state tournament around 3:15 for Independence State softball. As our coverage continues for postseason baseball, sub-state Class 2A style tomorrow night, as the Beckman Blazers will take on the Wilton Beavers, a top 5 matchup in Class 2A teams down in Solon. Bill Logan and Dan McClain will have all the coverage for you tomorrow night down in Johnson County, as I will make the trip back to Manchester and have updates for you and post-game coverage of North Lynn, as they're 1A sub-state. They're trying to get back to state for the 3rd time in 4 seasons. The Lynx will take on the Warriors of Wapsie Valley at Exide Field tomorrow night. So we'll have you covered all afternoon tomorrow night with postseason softball and baseball. I want to thank our sponsors of postseason softball and baseball. Besides our 50 sports boosters, we thank Bank Iowa, Cyan Charlie's, Pets Aloud, also by Beaton Bitter Manufacturing, by County Disposal, Bonacat Murdoch, and Clifton Murdoch Funeral Homes. Also by Edgewood Feed Mill, Ellis Implement and Outdoor, Financial Strategies, Dave's Complete Construction, Kramer Brothers Dairy Supply, Meyer Mechanical, Nutrient Ag Supply, Pete Small Engine Repair, Riker Shoes, and Spring Green Lawn Care. We thank all those great sponsors. We thank our in-studio producer, Ashley Vick, tonight. And for my partner, Bill Logan, John Swisher saying, once again, the 2-hour and 1-minute game went to the West Delaware Hawks. They held on 5-4. As other finals tonight, Waverly Shell Rock with a 6-5 win over Charles City. As the Western Dubuque Bobcats advanced on, they got their 33rd win of the year. They took down Linmar tonight 5-0. They'll advance on to take on Cedar Rapids Prairie on Wednesday night down at Cedar Rapids Prairie. Last check from Solon tonight, the Spartans, not many issues with Clear Creek Amana, 14-8 in the bottom of the 6th inning in that one. Have yourselves a good and safe rest of your Monday night. So long, everybody, from Decorah, Iowa.